Checkboxes with Phillip.
Showing you how to improve access to your digital world.
Accessible forms in Adobe Acrobat DC. I'm often asked when I'm teaching people about accessibility in PDF how to deal with forms. Now, this form is currently in Word, and it's this very simple form that we're going to use as our example. I already have marked up some headings so that there's some structure, and I put some lines in so I have a place to put the tags of the fields in, and some radio buttons here, though these don't have any, and some checkboxes. So we're going to move on to create this into a PDF file. And we're just going to call this Forms Training Newest. The file opens up in Adobe Acrobat Pro DC, and you see we have our form here which needs the markup to make it work as a form, and we also need to make the fields and the radio buttons and so forth all accessible. So let's go ahead and come up here to Tools, and then we're going to come down here to Prepare Form. And right now I have Form Field Auto Detection off, which is what I want since I'm going to manually mark this up. So I click Start, and it just goes straight to the screen I want. You see I have Prepare Form here, and I have the tools right here. To do a field, we just click here on the second icon and drop the field in, and we title it, and then we go to All Properties. And this is the important part, to type in the tooltip name. Because that is what is going to make that accessible. Then I'm going to resize it so it fits the screen better. Next, we're going to come to the radio buttons, and this is the most important part, and it's the most tricky as well, because radio buttons you can only select one. So I'm going to click on the radio button and drop it right here. And notice it says Group 2. So I want to change that to my heading here, Status. So all of the radio buttons will have one group name, but the top here, the choice, is what it says on the line. And if you don't type this in, the person won't know what they're actually selecting. I'm going to click Add Another Button and repeat the process for the second line. And then one more time. Once you're done, you can click on the screen. Next, we're going to add radio buttons for sex. However, when I click on the radio button and place it over here for male, you'll see it is going to want to add another button for status. So I'm going to have to change status to say sex, and then change to choice 1 up here to male. Then I click Add Another Button. And again, it puts the group name in as I make each new button, but I have to add the actual answers here. Next, we're going to come down here to age, and we're going to put in a field, and we're going to make it a smaller box. And then if you want to get back to properties, you just double click on the box. It comes up. I want to go to options here, but first let's type in age in both the name and the tooltip. And now I'm going to go to options, and I'm going to limit the characters to 2 characters only, and then click close. Last, we're going to do checkboxes, and you see the checkbox tool is here. You click on that and you place it over, and each one you basically just type in the information. After you type the field name, you want to click all properties and make sure you type in a tooltip, because that's the accessible information. Well, this ends the basic lesson, part 1, and we will go into some of the other things you can do with forms and how to make them accessible in part 2.